Hey guys, it's Chelsea. Today we're going to make origami jumping frogs. Okay. They do work, see? So these are a fun little, this guy's a dud. Why won't you jump, weirdo? All right, well, I guess he doesn't want to. He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. So we're gonna make these little frogs out of plain old notebook paper. Just so you know, this does have a lot of folds to it. So it's not super complicated, but it does take a couple of steps. So hang in there, have patience. I'm going to try and explain everything as well as I can. And, you know, it's just paper. So it's going to be great. It's going to be so easy. So notebook paper. What we're looking for, we want a piece of paper that's a rectangle like this, a small rectangle. And this is what I have to work with, so I'm gonna cut it down. So first thing we're gonna do is fold it in half lengthwise like this. Obviously I already did this, I set this up already, but so we're gonna fold it in half lengthwise. We're gonna do our little trick with just a tiny little drop of water on it, just a tiny, particularly on this paper because it is I'm sorry, my cat is in the corner and she's like destroying stuff. She loves to eat these frogs, by the way, so she might make an appearance. I don't know, fingers crossed. Okay, so we put the water on the fold and then we're gonna just very gently, so take your hand, put it as close to the fold as possible, and then you're just gonna pull the paper apart gently. Gently, gently, gently. If you're too aggressive with it, it's just gonna rip all the paper and then you have to start over. Okay, so we just need one of these. So there's two different ways that you can, because this is too long still, so there's two different ways you can get it to the right size. So one is, I'm going to fold this into a triangle. This way I think is the easiest way, but I'll show you the other way anyways. Okay, so I just took the corner here and I folded it diagonally to make a square. And if you've watched any of the other origami videos, you'll recognize this method. Okay, so I will show you this way first, I guess. Pen. So we're going to count these lines, so then we can count this way and figure out exactly how much paper we need. So it'll be the right size. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. And then that one is 11. We folded on 11. So I'm going to count up the lines this way, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. And on 11, I'm just going to darken the whole line. So you see what I did. You don't have to use the pen like this. I'm making this very, very clear so that you guys can figure out what I'm doing. Good luck, by the way. Okay, so then this is the 11th line right there, and that is your fold or cut line. So if you have scissors at home, you can go ahead and cut right there on that line. If you don't have scissors, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the water. So we're going to fold on that line. You're going to get your one little drop of water, put it on that edge. And then you're going to gently pull apart the paper. Perfect. Okay. So now we have this exactly the size that we want. The other way to get the right size out of this. I think that way is pretty foolproof. But the other way is you do the same thing, the same way we started, and then you fold that triangle that way. Right. And then one more. One fold, fold over, and fold over, and then take your mark, and then that becomes your fold or cut line right there, so that you end up with the, once you cut that off, you end up with the size that you want. I think this way counting the lines is easier, but you might not have a piece of paper with lines on it, so it might not be easier at all. Okay. So, we're going to go back to this guy at the center. Okay, so this is our first move, is to fold that over, so we're good there. Now, I'm going to make a lot of marks on this so you can see what it is that I'm talking about, and you don't need to do this, but you can. If it helps you to see, then you totally can. All right, so that is our center line, right? So, with the corner that we already have folded, face it to you, with the fold on the bottom. So one fold like that, unfold. Then you're going to fold the other way. Right in the center. Goes up to the center line. Right? So there's that center line. So that center line actually makes it very easy because you're folding exactly to it. Then we're going to make one more fold, which is this, to the center line. Show you what I did there. Okay. I'm just gonna put my pen mark on these folds so you can see what we did. So we did one fold that way, one fold that way, and then this one like that to the center. Okay. So this is a complicated little move right now. So don't worry. We're totally going to get through it. But this is the hardest fold that we have to make right now. It's happening right now. Okay. So I'm going to turn my paper to the side. So what I'm going to do is, all right, see this third fold that we made, which goes, we got X marks the spot and then a line right through it. So now I'm going to take these two lines. I mean, it's one line, but the two ends, and I'm going to put them together. See? But I'm not going to fold yet. I'm just going to pinch them together. Okay. Pinch those together. Okay. So now what we're looking for is those folds that we made. That's the bottom of the X. It's the other side. I'm just going to draw these in so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So brought this up. We pinched this part together. And now we have this line and this line, right? Those are our folds. And I'm going to just fold, press up to that point right there. Just on the bottom. So it should look like a triangle. See? All right. So we're still pinching. And then you got that good point right there. Okay. Now, we're going to push this circle-y part. I have a better word right there. All right, that is going to go right down to the center line. Okay. So let's see if you can see what I did. Right? So then this went, and we flattened it. And it should look like this now. It's like a triangle on top of a triangle. Okay. Sometimes that is not easy at all. So if it's giving you trouble, just take it slow. The fold lines are already there. And we're going to do it again on the other side of this. So we get another chance to practice. Okay. So remember what we want is we want an X and then a line right through, right? So we're going to fold it this way, and then we're going to fold it this way, and then we're going to fold it this way. Okay. All right, so we make the first triangle, and we unfold it. Second triangle, the other way, and we unfold that. Okay, and then, so you can point this away from you, and then the one in the center. Okay, so one, 2, and 3. Okay. Here's that hard part again. But it gets easier. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The first one I made of these, I wanted to rip up because it felt like it was impossible, and it's totally not. It's totally easy. Okay. So I'm going to just do these lines back here again so that you can see. Okay. So we've got that center line, right? So we want to put these two edges together. So we're going to pinch that. Oh, and don't let the other side unfold on you. All right, so we're going to pinch those two together, right? Pinch those two together. And then that bottom X, the bottom part of the X, we're going to turn back into a triangle. So we pinch those together, and then we're sort of like folding the points of the triangle, like we're just pressing it, because those folds are already there. So it's helping us to see what we're doing. All right, good. So we've got that point right there. And now we've got this top part to deal with. Okay, so we are pushing this down so that the, see how the points are going out, kind of, right? So we have this pinched like this, and then you're just sort of gently folding it because those fold lines are guiding us. All right, so we're pressing it down. And then you're just gonna make sure that's firm. Okay, all right. That's the hard part. Everything else is easy now. Okay, so this is the legs. All right, good. So now you've got these two triangle-y things like that. And we're going to make the legs. All right, so with that split, the split should be like this. Either side, doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to take one side of the triangle, one corner of the triangle, and you're going to take this triangle and then you're going to fold it up to the point, up to the center. So let me show you what the fold line looks like. See that? That's that fold line. So that is the line that we're folding. So it's going to go to the center. See? Another way to think of it is so we're just making a little triangle right there. Simple. And then we're going to do that to the other side. It's bothering me. Okay. Right? So it was like this. And then we folded to that. And then we folded that. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing to this side right there. So if it helps you to draw a line down the center, draw a line down the center. That's okay. All right, so that we're folding this triangle in half, right? So if this helps you, I'm sure that Mrs. Nevin could do a whole thing about how we're bisecting these triangles and what the math is on it. I don't know. Not a math person. I'm a folding person. All right. So basically we're just folding these triangles in half like that. Super easy. Just like we did with the other ones. Okay. So now it should look like that. So we are making the feet. And then we're just going to fold these triangles in half. So I'll show you what I mean by that. All right. So we're just going to fold that guy in half like that. And we're going to do this side. And, oh, here comes my cat. She's looking for frogs to eat. Then we're going to do this side. Fold those triangles in half. Oops. That's what I get for not actually looking at what I was doing. Okay. So, and then you could, if you wanted to, fold them in half again. You don't have to. But I think they are cute. Like this. Okay. So those are our feet. Right? Very silly. Okay. So feet, front feet, back feet, right? So we're going to take this and we're going to flip it like that. Okay. Now, this bottom point that's facing you, we're going to fold up to the center line. So it's an uneven line, but it's okay. The line doesn't matter. So we're going to take this point and you're going to fold it right there to the center. Show you what I mean. You should fold it up to, but not over the center line. See? Okay. And then now, so that part is facing you. So now we're going to fold in these two on the sides. And it's, I'm trying to think of like where, all right. So if we draw a center line, right? Right? So if that's our center line, this, we're going to fold that part of the triangle in half. So I'll show you where that fold should be. Okay. So that is the line. That's going to be the center of the fold right there. So you're taking this point and you're folding in half. Right? See what I did? I folded that so that that point is in half now. So I'm going to do the other side too. Exact same thing. It's a lot of like folding halves and halves and halves. Okay, so that's what that looks like, right? Okay, this is the easiest move of all right here. All right, remember that first triangle that we folded once we flipped? All right, that's gonna go outside. See, I told you, it's super easy. Okay, we're in the home stretch. We have like 3 more moves and we are done. Okay, so we folded these in half like that. And so we're just taking that triangle out and putting them on top of that. Okay, cool. So now you are going to flip it over again. So remember those feet we made? And this is an easy move too. We have, this is our center of the body. And that is our fold line. I'm going to just, you'll see it when you do this because the paper is, the paper is already separate So that's our fold line. So you're just going to fold it in half. Fold those feet on top of each other in half, right? So it should look like that. Super easy. Right? And then we're going to fold that back towards us in half again. So you can see. We're going to fold on that line right there. Towards us. So you towards you, me towards me. So you're going to take all those feet, gather up the whole paper. Okay, so now it looks like that. Okay. This is the best part. So now you've got the half folded in half. You're going to flip it over and you've got a frog. Look. And it jumps. Okay. So the cool thing is that since you cut that paper in half and only used half of it, now you can make another one. Because you're going to want to practice. So you're going to notice that that little triangle tail kind of like hangs out. It's fine. If it bothers you, tape it down or glue it or do something. You can color these. You can put like eyeballs on them or do whatever you want. It's yours. Have fun with it. Okay, guys, I'm going to think of some more fun stuff for us to do. Hope you guys are well, being safe, not too bored, and we miss you. See you soon.